Hello and welcome to this week's Too Much Time on Our Hands podcast / live stream. We are here to bring you all the latest comings and goings of, I nearly said the NFL then, but that's a different podcast.
You're getting some very weird vowel sounds into that intro.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
Like swap around your A's and your O's and things. It's good. I liked it.
Okay, well now I'm not remotely
like
now I'm not remotely self-conscious about this. So you may have noticed there's no Tom. Tom's feeling a little bit under the weather. The weather is what he calls the man that he pays to vacation, of course. And Duncan is off in the woods. I'm assuming shitting in a pot. So yeah, like I'm pretty certain that's what you do when you go into the wilderness, like he has done.
I might be wrong on that. Anything else you'd do, or any other reason to be there?
No, me neither. Me neither. Anyway, we want to talk about the Mandalorian trailer. That's the main thing we're going to be discussing because it came out shortly after the podcast last week. Actually, it came out like 4 or 5 days. I'm running on very little sleep thanks to American football. So if I'm a little bit spaced out, it's because this is very last minute that I'm hosting, which is not my default setting for this podcast at least. And also, I've just seen the little baby Yoda on the screen. Sorry, Russ, that's very cute.
You're not meant to comment on it.
Sorry. Yeah, so we're going to discuss the Mandalorian trailer. That's the main thing. I will perk up, hopefully, as the pod goes on. How do you want to do this, Russ?
What, do you want to sort of take a look through it and kind of generally get excited about each scene, even though we don't really know anything about what's happening in it, and it's all probably from the first episode or two anyway?
I think the internet's glitching out a bit, judging by things.
Yeah, it'll buffer. Apologies, my connection is crap, but just keep going. There's not very much we can do about it. Or we could just choke on a drink of orange juice.
Rubicon Mango, Russ. Get it right. Anyway.
Rubicon Mango.
Yeah. Mandalorian. Season 1, excellent. It's the Shining Crown.
It's one of the best Star Wars things.
It is, yeah. It is up there as one of my favorite Star Wars things, along with Rogue One, which is my other favorite Star Wars thing, and I also quite like The Last Jedi as well, and Force Awakens, and Solo for that matter. So recently, the one thing I didn't like was The Rise of Skywalker because it was shit.
Solo is not up there with one of the best Star Wars things.
It's entertaining. Would be what I would say.
It's got some good Lando bits.
Yeah.
But it's not great.
It's not. I think I've got lower expectations from it. I think that's what it is. Everything else I've got quite high expectations for, even though the precedent hasn't been set particularly high for Star Wars. Like, I genuinely think there are probably more bad Star Wars films than there are good ones. It just so happens that I love the really good ones. So, okay then. Mandalorian, though, is one of the good ones, and it's something we enjoyed. And we will break down the first series. We'll do like a spoiler cast / love letters of season 1 just before season 2 comes out. However, we've just seen the trailer for season 2, and it looks excellent.
It looks amazing.
Initial thoughts?
Initial thoughts are it looks incredible. I mean, it really looks incredible. The effects work and the visual design is amazing. Looks even better than the last series did, and that was not bad at all.
No.
It looks like they're doing lots with the 360 degree, well, not 360, the big screen volume thing.
Yeah,
it seemed to work so well for them last time.
I think they're leaning into that this time.
Yeah, but just some of the shots in here, they're things that we've never seen before, but they look instantly Star Wars. Favreau obviously knows exactly what he's doing.
I think Favreau's pretty good at this, setting up or expanding a universe kind of deal, isn't he? Like he did pretty well with the Marvel universe as well, didn't he? So
he did fairly well, yeah.
Pretty big. I don't know whether you've heard of some of these characters. He did a film called Iron Man, so he kind of set all that off. I suggest you check them out. They're actually pretty good films. Yeah. There's a lot of them, but it's worth it.
We mentioned them once or twice in passing.
Have, yeah. We should probably at some point rank them, I would say.
We literally can't do that again.
We can. We have to. We haven't done Endgame.
We're not
We haven't put
spending less
Endgame
than
in there.
5 hours on it.
Doesn't matter. People love this shit. Both of them love this shit, Russ. That's the important thing.
We're talking about the Mandalorian.
Oh yeah, Mandalorian. Yeah. So it looks, as you say, it looks a bit grander in scale in this one. I would say it's
yeah.
They seem to have the first one felt like dipping their toe in. This it feels like they're diving right in with things that we want to see. Like from what I understand, from like all the not necessarily the extended universe stuff because it's not extended universe anymore. All the little extra things from like Rebels and Clone Wars and some of the games. There's little Easter eggs in this trailer for a lot of that.
Yeah.
I'm quite excited anyway, as you can tell.
So
I'm really excited.
Obviously, it finished the last series. We are going to be spoilery for the first series of The Mandalorian. So if you haven't watched it, tough big ones.
Yeah. Although the trailer did really well at not spoiling anything that happens in the first series.
True. I mean, the trailer for the first one didn't include Baby Yoda,
which is one of the best reveals ever.
I mean, for the 5 people that actually managed to have that reveal to them when they watched it and didn't just realize the internet didn't just get flooded with Baby Yodas for them, but it was still pretty cool that they managed to keep it out the trailer.
Yeah, like even by the time I'd watched it, and as you all know, I watched it by taking a trip to America to go watch it. I knew about Baby Yoda even at that point.
Yeah, I mean, everyone did. I think they knew that was going to happen. Because there was nowhere to be. I mean, it would have been cool to have that thing pop open for the first time and see him in there.
Were around. They were, as you said, pretty in your face about
pretty flashy, weren't they?
Fucking dickheads, yeah.
But anyway, so we're almost certainly going to get some Jedi action in this one because as the voiceover from the last episode of The Smith talking about you must return him to this race called the Jedi, at that exact moment, close up of mysterious woman we've never seen before wearing a hooded cloak. So
do we want to watch the trailer?
She's almost certainly a Jedi. Should we get it up?
What about the trailer, Russ?
Let's see. I mean, the serious question is whether or not my internet can handle this, but let's give it a go.
Yeah. I've got 3 beverages on the go, guys. This is the information you want to hear. Tring Brewery, if you want to sponsor us. I'm drinking one of your beverages right now. Raven King. Oh, look at that. There we go. Okay. Mandalorian season 2.
My Tatooine background.
Ah.
Okay. So
yeah,
we begin with your general
dust planet,
mysterious planet.
I thought this was quite alien-y. That was the feeling I got. Like the way the ship kind of appears.
It looks like it's like drifting or out of control or just badly damaged. You got like one of the engines looks like it's going and the back door's open.
I was about to say the back door's open. Like, has Baby Yoda grown? Is he now like a latchkey kid? Does he let himself in and out?
You must reunite it with its own
So what are we looking at here? Where do we think we're looking at?
This looks amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This looks so freaking cool.
Yeah.
No idea where it is. I'm dying to see some behind the scenes stuff for this because I mean Pedro Pascal there he's about 5 foot away from what is basically just a giant telly.
Yeah.
So I think probably that street light is real. Maybe if they walk under it and the light shines on the top of his head, then that street light's probably real. But I think it's so cool what they can mega city type places.
I think we fry again, by the way.
Yeah, just keep going. It'll buffer.
Okay.
There's nothing we can do about it. If people are dedicated enough, they will put up with a little spinning circle. Or they'll just listen to the podcast like a normal person.
True. Oh, did I hit record? That's the question, isn't it? We'll find out. It's a bit late now.
I mean, if you haven't hit record, we can get the audio of the YouTube stream.
True.
Yeah, so I don't know where this is, but it looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, like a bog standard streetlight.
Where? So this really looks like the Bantha says where there.
Yeah.
Where? You must determine.
Very impressive looking Bantha as well. That's almost certainly
Yeah.
not CGI, is it? That's a fucking horse with a coat on or something, isn't
It's,
it? And some polystyrene horns.
It's also Russ. It's Blake's Tatooine as well. That has to be Tatooine. Like,
yeah, or desert plus Bantha. Although,
like,
you know, they might be fooling with us.
yeah, but like if you were sending a postcard from Tatooine,
Yeah, you could just put
But
"wish
you
you were
could-
here."
yeah, wish
With
you were
a
here
space
on
here,
that.
couldn't you?
Yeah, Bantha with sand person on it.
Because I don't think my cursor's showing up on the recording actually. So I'm hovering.
I was going
to
to like
the left of the Bantha.
it was going through like running in my head, so I was like, just click on it and it'll show up. That's not how this works, but yeah.
So yeah, all looking
Yeah.
pretty cool. That's the Razor Crest flying through the air there. isn't it?
Determined.
Yeah, cool ship. I do like that ship.
The song
And then we're on to what looks like somewhere icy. I'm guessing.
Yeah. So here's the rumor I've heard about this.
Are you about to say
That this
what I
is-
think you're about to say?
Yeah,
Should we say it on 3?
yeah.
1, 2, 3. Illa.
Starkiller Base.
Oh, we've heard different rumours.
Yeah.
Starkiller Base. Is that based on the fact that there's a big trench in the floor?
Yeah, of the icy thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
I mean,
Is it?
could well be. Although, hang on, no, Starkiller Base is not hasn't happened yet. This is all before First Order.
Yeah, this is them building Starkiller Base.
This is like the planet. Oh, hang on, Ilum is Starkiller Base, isn't it?
Oh, so we were both right. So it's
Is that
like that
right?
episode.
Did I just make that up in my head?
So
I-
Ilum is where they go for kyber crystals, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm sure I've read somewhere. Not being someone I haven't read any of the novelizations of the film. or
Is
anything, but I
Ilum
thought
Starkiller
Ilum
Base?
got turned into Starkiller Base.
Here
I
we go.
don't know if that's
Based
canon or
on information, the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Star Wars Super Graphic, a visual guide to the galaxy far away.
not. Oh,
I hate this shit.
the
It's
Star Wars
heavily
stuff that should have been in the film.
exactly. It's heavily implied that Starkiller Base is actually the planet Ilum.
Where is it heavily implied?
We were both right.
We were both right. So yeah, so Ilum is the planet full of kyber crystals where the Jedi would go and attune themselves and find the crystal that called to them and would go in their saber and all that sort of nonsense.
Yeah.
And you know, it makes if he's looking for Jedi, it makes sense for him to go there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you say, if depending on the sort of the timelines and things, I imagine Starkiller Base wasn't something they knocked together in a week. So maybe he goes there and it's full of what turns out to be the beginnings of the First Order, which at this point would be like Imperial Remnant and that lot, wouldn't it? So yeah, possibilities. What's next?
Okay.
The songs of eons past.
There he is in all his glory.
He is a fucking love. I will kill people for him.
Also, still clearly a puppet.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Fine with that.
Do you hear
And look at him.
They were talking about using more CGI, and Werner Herzog just went, "Use the puppets, you cowards."
He called them cowards, didn't
Something
he?
like that.
Oh,
Brilliant. But it's
I love
amazing.
it. Yeah.
Tell of battles between Mandalore the Great.
What's that ship behind him there?
Looks
Is that the
like,
that's not the Razor Crest, is it? That looks crashed and damaged.
He looks like an X-wing, maybe.
Right, I mean, we do see some X-wing action later
Yeah.
on.
Battles between Mandalore
Spoilers.
the Great and an order of sword.
Now this looks very cool.
Yeah. This is just a dog.
Yeah, but like, look, it's got all these sort of squiddy head people around. I don't know what the proper name for that species
But
is.
they've been in this before, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely. So this, what water? So we know Camino as a watery planet because obviously you can only have one thing per planet. And there's where's Admiral Akbar from? Mon Cal? Is it called Mon Cal or Mon Calamari?
Mon Calamari, because he's Mon Calamari, which is hilarious when you think about it.
Which means my squid appetizer.
Yeah.
Direct translation of his name. Yeah, I mean, it could be there. It could be an entirely new water planet. Or I mean, I don't want to go too crazy here, but this could be a planet that's got sea and land. Don't know if that's actually possible.
I find it funny that, and we're going to see very soon, they have to get an actual boat. So I'm looking forward to the.
I'm down for that. I like it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the reason why.
Yeah.
Sorcerers called Jedi.
Also, I like this person carrying a tank of water on their back. No idea why.
Is that like? It reminds me of, do you know, in video games when you collect the Bacta tanks?
Yeah.
Reminds you of that. Yeah.
Or maybe they're like an aquatic creature who has to have water.
Lisa think you might be right.
Oh, there we go. So this is the shot of the mysterious person who is almost certainly a Jedi.
Or Scottish Widow.
Yeah, it's just an
Could be
insurance
her.
advert happening
Yeah.
at the same time.
Could
So
be
this-
Scottish Widow.
This is not Rosario Dawson, who is
No.
supposed to be
Ahsoka.
Tano, who's
Yeah.
She's a something. She's not human, so she wouldn't look like this anyway.
Like every part of me wants to shout Twi'lek, but that's not what she is.
She's a
No.
Taruga, something like that. I don't know. Who cares? She's an alien, so
Yeah.
she wouldn't look as human as
Racist
this.
Russ, but okay.
Obviously, no. I mean, they've very carefully made sure you don't get a clear look at them.
Yeah.
That's probably about as clear as it gets.
Yeah.
So, almost certainly a Jedi.
You expect me to search the
that's
galaxy and
insurance.
deliver this creature to a race of enemy sorcerers?
And she's gone.
She's gone. Because that's the shit the Jedi do. I
This
like
is
the
the way.
knowing look that baby. So here's what I've noticed, right? Baby Yoda does the Mandalorian's expressions for him. So
Yeah,
like
he's
yeah.
he is the face of the Mandalorian, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's the one that can emote.
Yeah.
So they are a perfect little duo from a storytelling perspective. One of them
Yeah.
does the walking and talking, and one of them does the emoting. It's a really nice idea.
I like it, yeah. Yeah, I might watch it.
might give it a bash.
Who knows, yeah. So this is the big boat.
Yep, with like glowy future engines on the back.
Mm.
Nice.
And
A
yet
lot
there's
better
this-
than the crappy boat that Ray goes in the ocean with in the last film.
Hang on, that's bollocks too, isn't it? Like they could have just got a spaceship exactly where they needed to go.
They've never it's never been very clear sort of like how accessible spaceships are. Like they seem to be absolutely 10 a penny, but then whenever it would be plot convenient for them not to have one, they're incredibly difficult to get hold of.
Just gonna say, speaking a bit of a bell end here, like do some fucking work. The guy behind him is working his nuts off, and like he is just there staring
Just
out into the
standing there.
water. Yeah, looking moody.
It's
X-wings,
very cool. Now, so it looks like he's working with the New Republic at this point, because they don't seem to be,
unless they're
Give it a
escorting
macro.
him somewhere.
well, maybe. But then I think very soon,
I love this. Yes,
That
so it
right
starts
there.
to speed up. Yeah, so that's
just this shot here. This one.
Yeah.
This is the equivalent of the Falcon doing that backflip thing from the Force Awakens trailer.
also it's very Cloud City.
Yeah. Yeah, looks very cool. So I mean, that could be anywhere. We've got no idea where that is.
This could be almost immediately after the last episode.
Yeah, could be. And then yeah, bit of speed bike action somewhere deserty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's grown a beard.
He's grown a beard.
Mm.
He's been around long enough now to have officially gone from villain to ally, even if
Yeah,
he was a bit
100%.
ambiguous to start with.
Yeah, because that never happens in Star Wars.
Yeah. And there's Cara Dune looking awesome.
Yep.
So I mean, I think the way they had these two in the first series was kind of right. You'd dip in and out every now and then, but they weren't a constant presence. So I think that the core of this needs to stay with the Mandalorian and the child.
It's a traveling story.
You don't want it to become a big like group of them
Mm.
bouncing about and wisecracking at each other all the time.
Well, they have the odd episode like that, and they became a bit annoying in that, didn't they? So, but that might be because the characters were annoying. So, the heist episode, which I quite liked.
The heist, what the sort of the prison ship one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. I thought that was really good.
Widely considered the episode that people don't like.
Well, people are idiots, aren't they?
Yep.
So this looks like, I mean, this could be back on, I forget what it's called, but the planet where it all starts, where he was hiding out to begin
God.
with and taking the bounty commissions. I can't remember what
Yeah.
it's called, it doesn't matter.
Werner Herzog. That's the name of the
Planet
planet.
Herzog planet.
Yeah. There you go.
He died, didn't he? He gets shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, shame. So
Bounty hunting is a complicated business.
can I offer you a libation to celebrate the conclusion of our shared narrative?
It's amazing.
Brilliant.
It's amazing. Like you say, no one talks like that, and then you remember, hang on, Werner Herzog talks
Just
like
there
that.
was
So,
obviously something
yeah.
else scripted, and he went, actually, I've got a line. Might give it a go. I'm like, yeah, okay, go on. Thinking, I won't use it. We'll use that one then.
That's much better. Yeah, I like that.
All right, let's move on a bit.
I love that. By the
So
way,
these are, I think they're called Outland TIE fighters. So they're like longer range, slightly bigger, slightly hardier versions of normal TIE fighters. So I think, if my nerd credentials are up to scratch, that they've got hyperdrives and they've got shields.
Oh
which normal
shit!
TIE fighters don't. So these are like, normally TIE fighters are meant to be like based in a carrier and they just fly missions and then go back, whereas these ones that can actually go out on their own and do stuff. So they're a bit more equivalent to the sort of role that an X-wing would play.
Ah, makes sense. They look awesome as well.
They do like you don't get much sort of sense of scale here, but when Gideon was standing on top of the one that he cut his way out of at the end of the last episode, they do look bigger than your sort of standard TIE fighter.
Yeah.
And they do the cool foldy wing landy thing.
So the foldy wing landy thing should have been an obvious win from the start.
Yeah.
Like, you've got X-wings that do that. Why not have TIE fighters that make more sense?
There'd be a lot of wear and tear on the bottom of that, whatever the hell the side foot panel thing is, because as they unfold, it would sort of scrape along the ground, wouldn't it? Maybe it's got little wheels.
Rubber stoppers.
Yeah.
Probably. That's the way to go. That's what I'd do anyway.
Maybe it's all made up and it's not real.
Maybe.
Next up, we've got
classic Star Wars shot there, by the way. Like
whoever
stormtroopers down the corridor.
Architect must be making an absolute fortune, because they do not go with anyone else, do they?
Classic stormtroopers down an aisle.
Grey corridors with those oval, the sort of the long rounded edge line lights, please. Lots of them everywhere, and a few shafts.
Yeah,
don't
always
put guardrails on anything, just shafts.
No. And just a shape of corridor that makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, but does very conveniently give everybody somewhere to hide when the inevitable firefight breaks out.
Yeah, that's
these little pillars to duck behind and things.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I'm a big fan of as you say, the Star Wars architecture.
Yeah, but then like this shot, this feels. I mean, this could have been out of Rogue One, couldn't it? Especially with the going as well.
It could have been out of like most Star Wars films, I think. Yeah. But yeah.
A little bit of Stormtrooper action.
Oh, hell!
You know this is no place for a child.
Like that bit.
Let's have that bit again.
Look at that.
You know this is no place.
I like people that have fun with the Star Wars franchise. Like, just go out of their way to say, what can I do now?
Well, just showing us something new, even with things that are really familiar. Which, God, we're banging on about Rogue One a lot, but that did things we'd never seen done with the Death Star before. And you think that had been done to death, but having the shot, the opening shot of the main dish being put in, and it sort of eclipsing the sun, and the shot where Krennic looks up at it and it's like tilted down, so it's like staring directly at him. Such a good shot. Really simple, but we'd never seen it do that before.
Controversial opinion, I really like Rogue One. Don't know whether I've mentioned that.
So we've got Guess versus Mando. He needs to be underwater at this point.
Yep. Drowning in the storm drain or something.
Looks like.
Child.
Oh, he just jumps up and flies. He doesn't just like jump; he flies with his jetpack.
He fires it while he's still running along, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Himself off.
It's so cool. It is so cool.
So this looks like it's back in that first place that we saw. Bit of a sort
got an
of
upside down person
on here. So it looks like Mando's just blasting him from being held upside down on this lamppost. I think that's what's happening. It's quite. Well, it doesn't seem to miss.
Flailing about,
So I don't know what's going on there.
Just had a message. Someone said, "I get the feeling you like Rogue One."
Undecided.
Yeah, it's all right.
For an hour or so.
It's not the Rise of Skywalker. Thankfully,
it absolutely is not. So this could be back at it's an icy planet, so it could be back on what we think is maybe Ilum / Starkiller Base / maybe somewhere else. Oh, of course, it could be Hoth.
I'll let you decide what planet it is. Hey.
Wherever I go, he goes.
So that I was doing some pausing action earlier. This is the Razor Crest plummeting through an atmosphere somewhere, maybe after that opening shot.
Yeah.
also looks incredibly like the opening of Serenity there.
I was going to say there's a lot of Firefly in this, isn't
It's
there?
got
Like
a real
it's
Serenity. The ship does. I mean, it is the same basic shape as Serenity,
yeah.
sort of
Um,
turned round and with pointy bits in different places. But
maybe there's a
the same
hint
idea.
of out of gas in this episode, which is one of my favorite episodes of Firefly.
Yeah, because
Like
this does not look like a controlled entry, and you
know what?
never see ships in Star Wars.
No,
Like if they're landing on a planet, they just fly down and land. There's never any like burning through the atmosphere stuff.
I've always assumed it's the shields that protect them in Star Wars.
Well, I think I think George Lucas just couldn't be asked doing this and didn't want to, so there's no landing is not a big deal. I think the thing the way their engines work is they don't. If you fly through an atmosphere slowly, you don't get any of this nonsense. So if you fly through it a couple of 100 miles an hour, you'd be fine. And I think that's just what they do. They're called them like repulsor lifts, don't they? So they can just magically keep the ship up in the air.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be going incredibly fast to reach orbital velocity. I don't think ships really orbit in Star Wars as much as they do in other things, because they can just sort of stay in one place with these magic engines.
God, what
like in the same way
polish,
that you can have like a whole Star Destroyer can just hover indefinitely above a couple 100 feet off the ground without, say, collapsing under its own weight or running out of fuel in 10 minutes or anything like that.
It has suddenly dawned on me we haven't done an episode on Firefly.
We haven't done an episode on Firefly. I would need to briefly rewatch all of Firefly.
All of Firefly, and I can't watch Serenity, Russ. I can't do it.
I could watch it up to about 45 minutes in.
Yeah, I can watch the intro, and that's about it. Yeah. And then if I watch any more than that, then I start remembering things that happen in that. Like I can get to the bit where she talks about how she ain't had anything between her and Nether that didn't run on Nathers. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I do need to watch it again. I don't need to watch The Expanse again. Yeah, they're definitely nowhere near a leaf on the wind. Let me put it that way. Not a leaf on the wind.
Look at that. I'm pretty sure that's Gamorreans, isn't it?
Yeah,
like the guys from Jabba's palace doing some sort of stage.
I thought the guy had a giant arse at first.
So
but I realised
there seems to be some sort of energy blast coming off the point. So I don't really know what's going on there, but
so I've heard.
Some Cyclops dude.
This bit's very cool. So we get 4 or 5 shady characters jump Mando, and then this is the absolutely vital moment of Baby Yoda cuteness.
He fucking knows what's up. He knows what's up.
In every episode that he's in, he has like a little there he is moment. And then here it is for the trailer.
And then it just goes dark. I love it.
It is pathetic how easily manipulable we are as human beings.
Oh my God, it's insane. It's insane. He's just fucking Gizmo with no hair.
Yeah.
Like, it can't. How can? But mind you, Gizmo was always cute as well, though.
Yeah, true. I mean, not even in the same league, but pretty good.
You reckon at the time, though? I think Gizmo was
at the time, but you know, we've all matured a lot since then. And
oh my God,
we're in love with this little puppet.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of.
Pew, 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 pew. Yeah.
I don't think that's real. I think that's just some sound effects that have been dropped in for the trailer, and then it looks like.
I mean, you don't think it really happened?
Everybody there
takes out a Darth Maul looking fucker there,
and then a nice this. So October 30th, not too long to go.
No, I'm so glad COVID didn't ruin The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Like, there's a few things I'm looking forward to for the rest of the year. The remaining NFL season, although I've just got a breaking news, and it says something to do with Cowboys and COVID that I will read after this. Which might be about to dash my dreams horribly. But there's this. There is Cyberpunk. There's the NFL season, and hopefully an announcement for the fucking Expanse as well, because I think they got all that filmed.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to imagine that the Expanse and the Mandalorian have a lot of crossover in their fans, so they probably will want to wait until the hype for this has died down a bit before they start a marketing push for the Expanse.
Agreed.
There's only so excited that I can get at any one time.
Just a quick question: who would you kill for Baby Yoda?
I mean, you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, everyone, fucking everyone. Yeah. While this is happening, I think there's a PS5 press conference, so we might have a price for a PS5 by the time this podcast's over.
Oh, is it 50p cheaper than the Xbox?
It's probably going to be something like that. It started about 45 minutes ago, so we can hold fire. There's a Harry Potter game coming out on the PS5.
Whoop-de fucking do.
Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. Five Nights at Freddy on PS5.
Devil May Cry, it's just one of those things that I never got into. I
I've tried.
don't do combos. They're too difficult. So I'm so shit at fighting games.
Oh, yes. Good news, though. Miles Morales is going to be on PS4.
Oh, so they're bringing it to the one that you've got already.
Yeah, I don't have to fucking buy one of the fucking routers. That makes me happy. 2 minutes ago, give me the price. Just, okay, people are still after the price, but yeah.
I mean, I imagine the people that want to watch this are watching that right now, rather than watching this to watch you watch that.
Yeah, probably. I think people wanted to see our breakdown, our expert breakdown of the Mandalorian Season 2 trailer.
Just pausing everyone and going, oh, look at that, looks amazing.
It did look good, though, didn't it?
Very much. It's hardly the most in-depth analysis of it. But, so, I mean, it looks like they're going to some more, varied environments, places that we haven't seen before. And I do really hope this is only shots from the first couple of episodes. There's nothing in terms of plot in there, really, is there? That we didn't know already. We don't see any new characters apart from mysterious Jedi women who may not even be the Jedi. We don't see any kind of definitive new places that we know exactly where they are. It's not like we don't see them flying into Coruscant or hanging out at the, somewhere that we would know.
The Solar Sailor.
No, they're not at the Solar Sailor. They're not at the Palace of Naboo. They're not, any sort of recognisable immediately locations where you go, yeah, that's definitely that place. So it's lots of teasing, lots of very, very gorgeous looking art direction. Not even much in the way of dialogue, really. The bulk of that is the monologue from the Smith from the end of the last series.
There's not a ton of dialogue in it anyway.
No. But yeah, there's pretty much the only new word spoke. No, there's not really anything in there that's new, is there?
No.
He sort of says, wherever I go, he goes with me. That sort of thing. Very cool.
We've heard a ton of rumors, and we know we're getting other characters from the Star Wars universe. That's what I'm excited about. Yeah. Like that,
we're pretty much definitely getting some Jedi in there.
Yeah,
or a Jedi. Definitely. But that might be the big reveal at the end of the series. That actually might be the next series.
Yeah,
I'm hoping there's going to be maybe 80 or 90 series of this.
Yeah, yeah.
It has to go until Baby Yoda is fully grown.
Yeah,
which should take another 250 years or so.
Yes, it should be done in real time.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite reviews of The Mandalorian was on Twitter, and it was just like a long chain of tweets. And the first one was, right, I'm about to sit and watch The Mandalorian. Goes, okay. And then it goes nothing. And then they obviously got to the end of the episode and just went, wait, you mean to say the whole of this fucking show is him protecting this? I am so in. Just then it's like 6 tweets of, oh, I can't believe this. This is the best thing that's ever happened.
So when the sort of episode sort of 2 and 3 where you realise that he's not going to drop it off somewhere or whatever, it is going to be a double act of him and the mute green baby for the rest of the thing.
It's fucking great. I think the baby's going to talk in this one.
I don't know if I want it to.
I don't want it to, but I think we're going to get a Mandalorian you are or something like that. Do all the voices, me.
I don't know. I kind of hope not. But it's already more, and obviously the puppet technology has moved on, but it's moving a bit quicker and a bit more sure of itself. It's obviously developed a bit, but I don't know if I want it to talk.
Maybe we'll get a lightsaber being swung at the child, and then all of a sudden you see another lightsaber just appear from nowhere, and then
Or like it had one up its sleeve the whole time.
no, like it's just like a random lightsaber on the floor or something. You know, people leave them around all the time. So yeah, and it defends itself.
I mean, I wouldn't like, we've really seen it use the Force a fair bit. So like, let's see it blast some fools with lightning.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it? That'd be really cool. Anything else we want to discuss from The Mandalorian?
I mean, so I think we talked about sort of like the kind of things that we want to see. What do we not want to see from The Mandalorian?
Pretty much anything from the J.J. Abrams run of Star Wars films.
Yeah,
like cool Starkiller base, fine.
Yeah, introduced. We don't have any questions about who Baby Yoda's parents are.
Don't give a shit.
No, it turns out that Baby Yoda is a clone of actual Yoda or any of that bullshit.
Yeah, not interested at all. Sorry. I just want I just want a good story. Like it did such a good job of barely having anything to do with the rest of the universe last time, whilst being incredibly Star Wars.
I'm slightly wary about the Jedi coming into it, but if like this is a unique way of doing it, like the way he sees them is that they're an ancient enemy of like witches and sorcerers. They're not this sort of trusted intergalactic police force that are, you just assume they're all awesome. The Mandalorians have fought with the Jedi a lot, and that's sort of who he knows them to be.
Yeah.
So that's a new approach for a TV show well, I suppose they do that in Clone Wars, don't they? There's lots of Mandalorian and Rebel and Jedi stuff in that, but I ain't not watched that, so it don't count.
Okay, sorry, I'm kind of half watching the PS5 press conference at the same time.
Is there anything happening?
They've just announced their the PlayStation Plus collection coming to PlayStation, and it's essentially their equivalent of Game Pass, and it's just like here's a greatest hits from the PS4. Not really getting it, are you there, Sony? That's not really what people want. But yeah, I totally agree. I think this will dive into the history of the Mandalorians and the Jedi, and focus on that. Basically, focus on the fact that the Mandalorians and the Jedi didn't get on because they both tried killing each other for the longest time. So
yeah, there's a whole lot of history with that Darksaber thing, isn't there?
Yeah,
it was like the badge of office of the chief Mandalorian or something for a certain tribe. I don't really know what I'm talking about.
No, there's just so much of it. I don't have time for this. I've got other things going on. I can't keep up with what's going on entirely in Star Wars.
Fan fiction to write.
Exactly. That's the thing. I think they're now about to announce the price of the PlayStation. Hang on, just waiting now.
So what's the price?
Here we go.
What's the Xbox in dollars?
$499.99. PlayStation 5 is $499.99.
To the same price.
Yep. Except the one without the disc drive is $399.99. Apparently, breaking news. There we go.
I'm surprised they didn't just try and knock $10 off it or something.
Yeah, out on the 12th of November. When's the Xbox One Series X out?
I don't know. It's not like I do a podcast where we talk about this stuff, right?
No, don't worry, Russ. I'll look it up. On air, live Googling.
10th of November. When did you say the PlayStation's was?
12th of November in America, and then the 19th in the rest of the world.
Okay.
Same price, except for the Series X. Series S is considerably cheaper.
They don't have a PlayStation cut down version.
Well, yeah, it's the one without the disc drive, and it's £400 instead.
Oh, so the crappy version of the PlayStation is more expensive than the crappy version of the Xbox.
Yeah,
because it's the same thing just without a disc drive, isn't it?
Yeah, the rumor is that the Series S is actually faster than the PS5. It just doesn't have all the 4K-ness of it.
There is it runs it's got fewer teraflops, whatever a teraflop does.
The PlayStation has fewer teraflops than the Xbox, I believe. So yeah.
It's got even fewer teraflops than the Series S version of the Xbox.
From what I understand, yeah.
If I knew what a teraflop was, I'd be able to do something with that information.
Yeah.
It's like processing capability, isn't it? I don't really know. Okay, so it's about the same price. Comes out 2 days later.
Yeah.
The cheap version isn't as cheap as the Xbox is, and it looks like a hairdryer.
It looks awful as well, and it doesn't have an equivalent of Game Pass that's worthwhile.
No.
It's like PS Plus is a selection of PS4 games.
I mean, like we are not raving fanboys. We're really not, and I'm trying not to be a dick about this, but it does look like Xbox is winning this time round.
I think they might be.
Yeah.
I think they might be.
Look, the PS5 looks dreadful. It looks like the sort of thing that like a 12-year-old would think looked cool and futuristic, but this is something that's meant to go in your living room.
Yeah. Also,
it looks like it'd be an arse to dust as well. It's got all
oh my
these
god,
little
yeah.
crannies.
So I think I think Xbox never get enough credit for some of the stuff they've managed to get done. Mm-hmm. I think PlayStation this generation have got far too much credit from some of the stuff they've done. It's for me, this might be Xbox kind of like balancing the score, because I think people have looked at it and gone, looks pretty good.
I mean, they've put a lot of effort into this one, haven't they?
Yeah,
and it's
they've had to.
The Xbox One X was like a sort of a trial run for the Series X.
Yeah, but I think there's going to be more of that. I think that's not going to be. I think they're turning it into like mobile phone generations. I think that's what they are aiming to do.
I think they'll see how it goes with the S version and the X version, and if it does work and people don't get disgruntled at lack of features and developers keep games coming out that work on both of them, then that will prove that you can run a dual hardware console generation, which has never really happened before, has it?
No.
They've always gone, you have this one, then you have this one, then you have this one.
Yeah.
There's never been you can have this one or this one at the same time.
Oh, new God of War game coming out in 2021, Ragnarok. Harry Potter game coming out on the PlayStation. That's good timing, isn't it?
I mean, I know it's still incredibly popular, but it's hardly zeitgeisty, is it? Although, is there a new Fantastic Beasts coming out? Might be to tie in with that.
Possibly.
Although the last Fantastic Beasts film didn't do very well, did it? Didn't have enough beasts in, and they weren't fantastic enough.
Oh my God, Russ!
And it had far too much Johnny Depp in it.
A Mass Effect trilogy listing has gone up on a Portuguese retailer website. I want it so bad.
I'm so fed up with paying money for games I've already paid money for, but I'm almost certainly going to do it.
Russ, on the Switch.
Mass Effect on the Switch. Oh, mate, yes. Yeah, I'm in. I'm not playing through Mass Effect 1 again. It's just bad.
Yeah.
By modern standards, but yeah, I'm sort of dipping in and out of Mass Effect 2 at the moment.
Mass Effect's such a good game. Apparently everything's happening whilst we're talking, so that's why I've got my phone out. We were going to do what we've been up to, weren't we? Quickly, I suppose. What you've been up to? Well,
not a whole lot really. Plowing through Community onto Series 5 now, I think, which is where Dan Harmon comes back, isn't it?
It's Series 5 is really good because you get the feeling they gave Dan Harmon the license to be as weird as he wanted to be.
Yeah. So yeah, very much enjoying that. I just finished Untitled Goose Game.
You finished it, yeah?
Yeah. Well, finished the initial way through. Then it goes through also like these advanced challenges.
It's a good game.
I'm sort of working on at the moment. But that is a very good game. My son absolutely loves it as well because.
Oh really?
That goose's personality is actually very similar to his. So I think he sees a kindred spirit in some little urchin that just runs around causing chaos and putting things where they're not meant to be. Because I'll be playing it and he'll be watching, and he'll be like shouting, "Mummy, look what the goose just did!" So it's quite good for that sort of thing. He loves it, and he likes pressing the button to make it honk.
That is, it is great though. There is something really satisfying about that.
Yeah.
particular mechanic.
So he
the fact that it actually does
he'll sit there
something.
and play it on the Switch. I mean, he's absolutely shit, and he
Unbelievable.
cannot get the thing to walk in the right direction. But I mean, he is only 3. But he really likes Untitled Goose Game. What else are we doing? Watch anything? No, I don't think so. Watching a bunch of Lou Through stuff at the moment because he's got all his he's got his sort of 25-year retrospective thing on the BBC, and they've put all the old documentaries up there.
25 years.
25 years he's been doing stuff. Yeah, and a lot of them you watch back and you think, oh, God, I remember that one. I remember that. Like the porn one everyone's watched. That was ages ago. That was like late 90s, early 2000s. It was.
Is that the same as the Swingers one that you did?
No, I think that was a bit later. But yeah, it's really good because he gets back in touch with all the people from the original films and see how they do. Like in some cases, like decades later, to see how they're doing. It's like he talks to those. Do you remember those the Nazi twin children?
Yes.
Who like sang songs about white supremacy when they were sort of 5 and 6, and obviously clearly had no idea what they're doing. He's been in touch with them, and they have grown up and absolutely rejected everything to do with their past.
Yeah. That's the one in the mountain, the ones that live in the mountain, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, where he's talking about
compound.
He's talking about, are you being served with the Nazi guy? And he's trying to get him to say along with it. It's good. That's good. It's I'm a big fan of Louis Theroux.
Not of white supremacists.
No. Funnily enough, not such a big fan of white supremacists though. It's not really my thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else we've been doing. Got a bit of tooling around in Flight Simulator.
I still need to do that. I still need to play some more. I need to play more of that.
Mainly just kind of like flying somewhere that and looking down and going, yeah, it does look quite like that, yeah.
It's the equivalent of Google Earth, but you've got to do something.
Basically, yeah. Google Earth, but difficult.
Yeah. It does sound very appealing, though. I've just been like super busy. The NFL's season started, and that's just
this does basically take over your life for a few months now, doesn't
pretty much, yeah. Like that, and the fact that we do Dungeons and Dragons once a week as well, and I've got to write that, and attempt to do a decent job of that. And
just
then,
for the record, all this stuff is Dan's idea. He does this.
Oh
himself.
yeah, no, it's 100% all me. I've got no one to blame but myself. And then there's this podcast as well.
This bunch of shit as well.
Yeah, but this involves
not this on the ad.
Nah, that's not. Then this involves very little prep work though.
Very little, verging on the none, one might say.
It involves zero prep work. I need to edit the last pod. I haven't done that yet. I'll do that for Friday.
Well, let's keep the admin chat going.
I'll get 2 up in a row. How about that?
What have you been up to, Daniel?
Oh, okay. I'm glad you asked. I watched that I Hate Susie. The one that's in Sky.
It's meant to be really cool.
It's all right. Like
that's the Billy Piper thing, right?
Yeah. It feels semi-autobiographical. I quite liked it. I thought she was really good in it. Everyone in it is really good. It just I can't figure out whether it's too long or too short. That's the big thing I've got there.
You just know it's not quite right.
Yeah, there's something that's not quite right about it. It's okay though. Other than that, like watching a ton of streams, like Critical Role, catching up on that. Talks Machina started again, which is really good. NFL, obviously.
I think I'm on episode 18 now.
I think you're doing quite well.
Doing all right, yeah. Bear in mind, I don't have a long commute, and I can't really listen to it while I'm working.
Have you had anything spoiled for you yet?
I'm not sure. There's some things that I think I might have made up, and I think but it's so big and there's so much of it that as long as you don't look at, so I never go on Twitter anyway, so I never see anything on there, and I don't follow anything on Instagram or anything like that to keep spoiler free. So I think I'm fairly good spoilers wise.
I didn't spoil what's happening in the most recent episodes today.
No, don't think so.
Okay, it's a big deal for me. What's happening?
They start playing football.
Yeah, they start playing American football. It becomes a entire series about American football.
Yeah,
it's great.
Just
I
nice
was like, this is missing something, and then they do that. I'm like, now I know what it was missing: American football.
Mhm.
And then that happens, so then they're not missing it anymore.
So yeah, very much enjoying that. Plowing through. Only 5 million hours to go.
Yeah, you're doing quite well. Yeah, you're about sixth of the way through, so keep going.
It's like I would never have started reading Lord of the Rings if I'd seen Lord of the Rings, the new one, Stabby Tits, Game of Thrones.
Tits.
I'd never have started reading Game of Thrones if I hadn't been reading it on the Kindle. If I'd seen how fucking thick that book was, knowing that most of it is the names of noble houses and characters' backstories, then
so many just old white dudes. Like it's
old white dudes.
It's impossible to keep up with.
We watched the new Strike on the BBC. That's pretty good.
I've not watched any of them. They're good.
I mean, they're sort of standard thriller, murder, detective-y things, but they're well done.
I have played. Excuse me. I finished Last of Us 2. Nice. I don't know whether I mentioned that.
Yeah, made it through it. I've not heard anyone say anything. It's not like people are saying bad things about it. Nobody's really saying that they enjoyed it. Everyone's sort of saying they made it through the game and intend never to touch it ever again.
That's pretty much it for me as well. Fall Guys, played a bit of that. I've been playing quite a bit of that. That game is so much fun. Like if it goes cheap on Steam, get it.
Is that not on the Switch? That looks tailor-made for the Switch.
I know, right? No, it's not on the Switch. It's not on the Xbox yet, but it was on PlayStation Plus, so I got it for free, which was great. It's so much fun.
That pops up on Game Pass or cheap on. I think it's about like 25 quid or something last time.
Do you have Game Pass now then, Russ?
I've got Game Pass for the PC.
So then you've got Game Pass for both, and then like that.
No, I've not got Ultimate.
Oh.
I've got it's like £3 a month. It's really good.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Game Pass is incredible.
And that gets you stuff like I've got Forza Horizon on there and
Forza.
Master Chief Collection. Well, so I haven't even actually got all that much.
There's a lot on PC Game Pass now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Game Pass is just amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't get into my Game Pass because I need to update the Xbox app. I'll do that later.
I've been playing Marvel's Avengers.
So is that any good? I've heard really good things and really crap things about it. Is it somewhere in the middle? Is it one or the other?
I am 100% playing this game because it's the Avengers.
Yeah.
Like the game itself.
I've heard the single player story is really, really compelling.
So yeah, because it's mostly based around Kamala Khan, who is a great character.
But it takes you a while to get over expecting them to look like the people in the movies. Yeah,
rather than the budget versions. The mechanics aren't great either. It doesn't feel great.
What like is it? What is it like a co-op?
So the single player is just literally just a
up type thing.
Yeah, single player is just a single player campaign, pretty much. But yeah, good lord. We've got some messages. Have you seen them?
Oh, it's just some troll. You can ignore that.
Yeah, can we get him banned? Like, I'm sure he's a paedophile, right? Like, it's not bad. Nonsense.
Asked for inappropriate photos. There we go. That's him dealt with.
Nice. Yeah, cool. That's good. Apparently you're a bit quiet, Russ.
Oh, sorry. Turn your volume up. I don't know how the volume works with this.
He says, apparently I'm an amazing DM and the Dire Penguins are excellent.
Well, don't read his... Now that's just doing what he wants, isn't it?
You boys are sexy.
Yeah, we know.
I know. Oh, which reminds me, I've been watching The Boys, season 2.
Oh, yeah. No, never got into that, but it does look good.
Oh, my God, it's so good.
There is not enough time. So...
Russ... I'm not saying it's not good.
I'm sure I'd love it, but I haven't got time. I can't. I've got this sort of nonsense to do.
I know you've not. I know. I've seen the latest comment. I know you've. You've not watched Stranger Things, Russ.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let you off.
What, if I watch The Boys?
If you watch The Boys, yeah.
I've seen like all the. I've seen all the main bits on YouTube. That's all you need to know, isn't it? I read some of the graphic novel ages ago.
Watch the fucking film,
Oh,
the
watch
TV series.
Fucking TV series. I don't have
Watch the
Amazon
fucking
either.
TV series. Do you not?
No, we binned it off because there wasn't anything good on it.
It's got The Expanse on it, Russ. How
I've watched The Expanse.
dare ye? Oh, so there's something else I've started watching again. Started watching The Expanse again because I recommended it to someone and they started watching it.
I'm going to do a full run through before the new series comes out.
Yeah. So they started watching it again and they started talking about going, oh, this bit's good. And I was like, I guess I better watch it again then. Just so I know exactly what you're talking about so I don't miss anything.
It's very rewatchable as well. It's so sort of propulsive. There's no big bits where it's dragging along where you're like, yeah, well, I know this bit doesn't really matter, does it? It's going back to Game of Thrones, I cannot imagine going back and watching all of Game of Thrones again, knowing how pointless a lot of it was.
Fuck that.
But The Expanse, I could definitely watch all the way through again.
Yeah, I think I probably will.
Before the next series comes out.
Definitely. Are you going to watch series 1 of The Mandalorian again?
I watched through it with my wife not long ago.
My wife?
Who very much approved. I made her watch. Did I tell you I made her watch Rogue One as well? Well, she volunteered to watch Rogue One. She did really enjoy it.
She found it harrowing, though, didn't she?
Well, yes. It is, as she said, a bit wary.
It is, and it's a bit upsetting, I suppose, as well.
But she really liked it.
How the fuck is Duncan watching this, by the way, in a field?
Oh, it's because he's not really in a field, is he? It's bullshit, all this nature stuff. He's actually, he's just at home somewhere. Yeah, we also watched Solo, which was meh.
It is. It's enjoyable meh, though. You're not a fan, no?
I just think it's utterly pointless.
You have to watch one of these two films, The Rise of Skywalker or Solo.
Which one's shorter?
Oh, fuck off. I Solo every time.
I would probably watch Solo, yeah, because it doesn't actively infuriate me the way that...
Yeah, The Rise of Skywalker just makes me mad. The Rise of the Skywalker, yeah, definitely does. Definitely. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of anything else I've been up to. Have I really been that boring?
I mean, we've been on for over an hour. You've wanked on long enough. You can go and look at football stats now if you want.
Oh, I stopped wanking about 50 minutes ago.
Blisters.
Mm-hmm. I'd achieved what I wanted to achieve. That's the important thing.
Sometimes I think this whole lockdown thing is the worst thing that's ever happened to us, and sometimes I think yeah, it's good being away from other people.
Yeah,
don't want to be near them sometimes.
It's got remarkably normal doing the podcast like this as well.
Well, I mean, if we want to carry on streaming it back when we're all sat in this tiny little room, we're fucked because there's no room to put a camera that can see 4 people in this room.
Maybe we should lean in
some ultra wide fisheye lens or something.
Yeah.
Or we could each have a GoPro strapped pointing at our heads and it cuts between them maybe.
I think that's the way to go. Or each just have our laptops in there.
Yeah.
On our knees.
We'll just do it like this, but we happen to be sat next to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely, yeah.
Right, come on, you should wrap this thing up. It's time to go.
Okay, right. Well,
I want to go and watch the entirety of the PS5 press conference.
Are you going to?
No.
Okay. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the YouTubes. We appreciate that greatly. I just keep catching the baby Yoda in the corner, like in the corner of my eye, and it just makes me so happy.
I didn't think of it in time to make it move.
Oh my god! You could have made it move.
I could have found a little animation or something, but I only thought of it about 2 minutes before we went on.
In the future, whether we're talking about Baby Yoda or not,
we could have a little random Baby Yoda that might pop up or might not.
Oh, I love it! I love it. Okay, we'll do that. So keep watching. So that means you better like and subscribe to the Too Much Time on the Hands podcast.
Or Baby Yoda gets it.
Or Baby Yoda fucking gets it. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, which is just at TMTOOH, or on Instagram, which is at TMTOOH. I suppose we're on Facebook as well, although I never really check it, at TMTOOH as well. That's about it. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
So uncertain.
I was trying to think. I swear I've forgotten something, but I don't think I have.
Because I'm sure whatever it was would have been really important.
Probably, yeah. So, yeah, like and subscribe. Follow us on those. Download the podcast Even if you've watched it, download it anyway. It's really useful. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next.
It's useful
really,
for us.
Yeah.
It's not useful for anyone listening to it.
No, this is bollocks.
There's very little value in this.
Yeah, it's the fast food of podcasts. Yeah, so I'm completely thrown off now. We're back next Wednesday with hopefully a better host. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And cue the music.